Hi, Miss Corner. So remember the time I gave Mommy my clothes because she was naked because of Vinny? Because he put her clothes in the wash machine but never gave her any clothes to wear. So I gave her my own clothes. And then Vinny told her one part of the story to Dad, AJ, and I told the rest of the story to AJ. And I told the rest of the story to Lighthouse after he told one part of the story where I was naked and from Mommy. So they put me in timeout the entire day, Lighthouse. And I told them the whole story, the whole misunderstanding that they left there, and they didn't believe me, which made me depressed. And I never told Daddy my part of the story because Lighthouse didn't believe me. Because Daddy confronted me about like I did something wrong because I gave Mommy my clothes, but no one that these knew I was naked in front of Mommy. But I gave Mommy my clothes, and that's why I was naked in front of her, because I gave her my clothes. I was going to go upstairs anyway and to change put on new clothes, but Vinny decided to abuse me on the way upstairs. On the way to my bedroom. Outside of me and AJ's bedroom. We were literally across the hall from each other. Right next to each other, me and AJ's bedroom. And he had talked with Vinny, and Vinny stormed off and got me in trouble at school because he only told part of the story and told part of the story to Dad and to the school. And since the school didn't listen to me, Lighthouse, I figured, why would Dad listen to me if I think he knows all about the abuse that I go through on a daily basis caused by Vinny? And one time, when I was 6, I hit my head on a diving board in the summer of 2004. No, it was the summer of 2003. My bad. And I was 6. I hit my head really bad on a dive board to give me CPR. Then Mom was going to give me my medicine, but then that's when AJ put 2 and 2 together that Mom was overdosing me for years. You know, lunch on me?
Sorry.
It's creepy. Very annoying, Daddy. I could easily make a mistake, a recording mistake, okay? So, Mommy was confronted by her parents because we were at their parents' place, their parents' apartment, and me and he confronted Mommy about is it true that Mommy was overdosing me, and she confessed it and try to make up things to talk her out of it, like it wasn't a bad thing what she was doing when it seemed like she knew what it was. So I restrained my while DJ got the phone and he called the cops, and the cop that came to the place was Vinny. I said call the cops to Dad, and then so he decided to do the cops, and which was probably stupid of me to just the cop, because the cop that came to the place was Vinny, and he restrained me, and while Mommy chugged down the force-fed me my overdose amount of medicine. She only overdosed me with prescription medicine, no illegal drugs ever. As in pharmacy medicine, CVS medicine, in other words. And the person who described the medicine for all these years was none other than Blumenthal. After I went on Depakote for the first time in 2001 when I was 4, I still had leftover Tegretol, and Mom still overdosed me on Tegretol, besides overdosed me on Depakote. And when I was 9 in 2006, I went on amantadine. That's when Mom overdosed me, giving me too much amantadine. I remember she gave me 6 of amantadines every morning. Was I supposed to take 6 amantadines every morning? And also in the afternoon? Dad?
No, honey, I was shaking my head.
Well, Mommy gave me. That's how much Mommy gave me.
Yeah.
6 in the morning and 6 in the afternoon. And 6 at nighttime. For amantadine.
I mean, amantadine first time off, even more. Well, now you're taking the same.
Stop. Don't talk.
Why?
Because you're talking nonsense. Amantadine and Tylenol are not the same things, Dad.
I know.
Then why did you say they are?
So I used amantadine instead of something else.
You're not making any sense.
No,
You're confused, Miss Quinn. Listen, Miss Quinn. Do not listen to what he says. He's talking nonsense. Because he's falling asleep. But he won't admit to himself he's falling asleep. And he won't admit to himself he's talking nonsense. I'm the one that's talking sense. So don't listen to a single damn word this fool says. Okay? I was talking to Miss Quinn, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I only took 2 amantadines once or twice a day when I was living with Dad. I can't remember if it was once or twice a day, and that's how much I was supposed to take, and Mommy gave me too much, and stop tickling me.
I was trying to stretch my fingers.
Okay. And that's how much I was supposed to take. Well, 2, twice or once a day, and not 6, 3 times a day. Once in the morning, once in the afternoon, once at nighttime. Back then, when I first went on it. Bye. I hope I remember that right. Anyway, Daddy gave me the right amount of medicine. Mommy gave me an overdose amount of medicine for every prescription I was ever prescribed that Dad knows about, which was only 3 in my life before the medication I'm on now, which was Tegretol, Depakote, and amantadine. That Mommy overdosed me on all 3 of them. When I went on all 3 of them. And don't stop tickling me.
I'm trying not to, it's my fingers, okay? Sorry.
And, Mommy even when still give me Tegretol when I was on amantadine and Depakote for the first time, because she still got refills and plus had leftovers Tegretol. And it's bad to give me Tegretol because it was affecting my kidney levels. No, my liver levels in a negative way. All 3 of these medicines have affected my liver levels in a negative way. Well, I know Depakote and amantadine has, but I don't know about the amantadine. I don't know about the amantadine, but the Depakote and Tegretol has. And that's why, besides all 3 of them causing a psychological aspect, 2 of them cause, and all 3 of them have a negative effect on me psychologically, besides 2 of them had a side effect on me physically. Which was, the 2 was Tegretol and Depakote, and the 3rd one was amantadine, which didn't have any negative effect on me physically. That's all. Bye. And I took those. Wait, not bye. I took amantadine until the 21. No, 22. I took amantadine until the 22. Or was it 23? 22, I think. And took Depakote till the 21. That's when I came off both. Those ages when I came off of Rumancy and Depakote. And I was supposed to come off at Tegretol at age 4 in 2001. But Mommy kept on giving me them. Medicine. And give me more than I was supposed to give. For each medicine she gave me, that was a pharmacy medicine. And only pharmacy medicine she ever gave me. That were CVS medicines. I remember she had to go to several CVS's. And sometimes, most times, we would pick up other people's prescriptions and give them to me. Or, no, we wouldn't pick up other people's prescription, but we would pick up the wrong gear and give it to me. Plenty of times, but that felt like tons. I felt like every time, which it wasn't, but it was a lot, enough to consider a lot. They never got my name wrong, but they got my year wrong, and Mom said yes to all of them. They never corrected them about the year of Jake Graham. So I took other people's medicine back then, and I didn't know that was illegal and unhealthy too. Because I was just a minor when I was living with Mom for 7 years. In the 5 years before the 7 years, Mom was just in Mom's custody, but in Mom and Dad's custody. And Dad didn't know about any of this bad stuff until now, to this day. But I thought he did because Mom lied to me for 7 years. In the first 5 years before the 7 years. Because he says he's buddies with Uncle Paul and Vinny, and that he's afraid of them. Which that was all lies too, from Mom, that me and she were told. We were also told that Dad knows about the abuse and everything that goes on in my life for 7 years when I was living with Mom. During the 7 years. And until she got paralyzed. That's when she stopped lying and overdosed me stuff. And pretty much all that stuff when she stopped giving us I was supposed to be taking that Dad didn't know about. When she got paralyzed by Vinny in 2007 and speed up the ELS process by abusing her and strangling her and punching her in the head repeatedly in one day because he was drunk and he lost his temper. And I decided to stand up for Mom by basically getting his attention and calling him an asshole and trying to direct his attention towards me so he would hurt me instead of Mommy. So yeah, that was stupid of me. You know. Then he left after hitting me and strangling me and punching me in the head repeatedly. He left to go to a bar, he said. And AJ was unconscious in the kitchen after he abused AJ in the head several times and strangled him until he got unconscious. And he strangled him with not his hands, but with the phone wire attached to the wall. A phone attached to the wall, the wire that it was attached to the phone that was attached to the wall. The phone cord is called, I believe. And that's all. Oh, and one more thing. I ran away from home one time to go live with Daddy in Medford. Mm-hmm. Not you, Daddy. I'm not talking to you, Daddy.
Oh, okay.
and make room for me.
Okay.
I ran away from home when I was living in the second Medford house to go live with Danny and PM, but then this cop and Vinny decided to abuse me and drag me in the cruise and then abuse me at home more by stringing me and beating me with this in the head with a stick. And AJ did something to, I think he beat the shit out. I believe I had to make out because I was about to pass out from being strangled to death. And it looks like he beat the shit out of both cops that were Medford police officers, Vinny and the other Medford police officer cop. And they were just abusing me just because I ran away from home and because I didn't want to listen to an abusive environment. I didn't bother packing any bags or any of my movies. I'm not talking to you.
No, I'm trying to give you room.
You go in your room.
Okay.
I'm staying here, my room.
Hey!
I already in my room, Dad.
Okay, I'm going.
No. Only go in your room, but don't tell me to go in my room because I'm already in my room.
I said I'm trying to give you room.
Oh. You told me to go in my room. That's what you said.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was trying to say I'll give you room.
Well, you didn't say that like that. I think you're falling asleep, Dad.
Okay.
What you doing?
I'm gonna go in my room.
I don't want you to go in your room. I just don't want you to be mean to me.
I wasn't trying to, Lonnie.
You told me to go in my room when I'm already in my room.
I was saying that I said I'm trying to give you room.
And I checked my PTSD because Vinny told me one time to go in my room when I saw him in my room and slam my door, and then he abused me. And I know that when people say that to go in my room when I'm already in my room, that's going to happen, that Vinny's going to hurt me again.
Okay, but I wasn't saying that.
This isn't happening in the second house. He strangled me against my own door after slamming the door on my face. And straining me against the door and really hard. Daddy.
I heard you.
This was when I was 10 in 2007 after Mom was paralyzed. I never told you about this, right?
No.
And that was the memory he threw me on my bed and gave me a hard time for masturbating. And acted like I was weird for masturbating. And called me a burden for living downstairs with Mommy. Because Mommy thought that, he said. And turns out those were lies. Daddy and Miss called me, okay? I just realized that he was lying. Bye, Miss Cornelia.